difficult. You don't go for many months. We were closed in our houses. We were not being able to go for walk or do exercise outside. So yoga helped all of us. In morning also we had a session of yoga in the office also, and regularly I do learn from the teachers. We all have seen the goodness of this, and world is changing because of yoga. I can see that now people are thinking that it is very important. uh, in yoga, one word om is very important, and people think that it is related to some religion. I would like to mention it that om is not related to any religion. It only gives peace of mind. And where we say om bhut bhuva swa tatsavitur varenyam also doesn't mean that it belong to any religion. So I've seen most of the people talk about yoga, and they say no, our religion don't let us pronounce this om or this mantra, but it is nothing to do with religion, and we all should not bother about any religion and take care of ourselves. We should practice yoga, and I think our experts will talk more about it. And I would like to request them to talk about Om also, and what all changes it can bring in you when you pronounce it, whether inside your mental this thing or loudly. Both way you can pronounce and take benefit of it. With that, I again welcome you all three of you, all the experts, and would like Neha to take forward this program. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am, for setting the tone of today's celebration. Now, our first speaker is Ms. Pallavi. She has graduated in computer science, a qualified yoga teacher with great knowledge of Ashtanga Yoga. Under the guidance of S. Gamanthala, she learned pranam, karya, and kundli yoga. She also studied Vedanta and practiced meditation in Gangotri. She has many years of experience in teaching and practicing yoga. She embraces a complete yogic lifestyle and conducts a daily self practice in all aspects of yoga. Ms. Pallavi.
Namaskar, very good morning, and wishing you a very happy International Yoga Day. Thank you so much. I have got a chance to speak here in this on this platform. So for me, yoga is a lifestyle. Yoga means you have to add your or enhance your lifestyle. And when we pronounce om, everything has a certain vibration in this universe. हर एक वस्तु की अपनी एक वाइब्रेशन होती है. So om is also has some vibration and frequency. So when we speak om, so it gives us a positive vibration inside our body and vibrate every each cells of our body. So this will helps to connect with the universe easily. And if we are talking about the women, देखिए, in alphabets always start with A, and हिंदी वर्णमाला में आ से शुरुआत होती है. हमारे समाज की नींव अध्यापक, अधिकारी और औरत है. सो नारी हमारे समाज की रीढ़ है. सो इफ our reed is not strong and flexible, so our society will be somewhere कहीं ना कहीं हिल जाएगी. So हमें अपनी औरत को, नारी को स्ट्रांग बनाना है, उनकी हेल्थ का पूरा ध्यान रखना है. तो उनकी हेल्थ के लिए we promote do the yoga because mostly women, they are working in the household things and doing their jobs. They are very stressed out, and sometimes she has to look out so many things. So yoga is the only thing can help mentally, physically, and आत्मिक means हमें spiritual level पे भी yoga help करता है. And yoga is not a religion, it's a lifestyle. Anyone can practice anywhere, anytime. So for me, I would tell to every woman had to do some yogic practices, some breathing exercise और सूर्य नमस्कार तो सभी को पता ही है कि कैसे करना होता है. But I would like to show you the proper way how you can practice the sun salutation, सूर्य नमस्कार. सूर्य नमस्कार से आपके शरीर का तेज बढ़ता है, आप में ताकत आती है. यदि आप उदयमान सूर्य के सामने अपने सूर्य नमस्कार का अभ्यास करते हैं, so your life will become like a bright and glorious. So sun salutation is somewhere connecting to your horoscope also. यदि आपकी कुंडली में सूर्य weak है, sun is a weak, so if you are practicing sun salutation every Sunday, so you will see after 15 days or 21 days, you can see some changes. So I will show you how you can practice the sun salutation. So first you have to come on your mat. It's very simple. Anyone and anytime you can do, but it's good if you are practicing in the morning. So come top of your mat, join your both palms in Namaskar Mudra. This is a Pranamasana. And inhale, both arms up over your head and arch back. Hasuttanasana. And exhale, fold forward, go down in Padhastasana. Then after, bring your right leg back because right side is our sun side. So first we have to activate our Surya Nadi. So come in Ashwa Sanchalan, and then after left leg back, coming Parvatasana, feet together, legs together. Now after go down in Ashtanga Namaskar, knee, chest, chin on the floor. And inhale, slowly come up to Bhujangasana. Exhale, go down in again, Parvatasana. Bring your right leg in front, left knee on the floor. This is the Ashwa Sanchalan. And left leg in front, coming Padhastasana. Inhale, arch back, Hasuttanasana. And exhale, coming Pranamasana. So this is the 12th step of Surya Namaskar. I would suggest you can practice in the early morning when sun is rising. So it will help you a lot. Yeah.
We have very much clearly stated the practice of yoga and also the benefits of Surya Namaskar that one has. I would also reiterate that our listeners also and to everyone that the yoga is okay, and I think Surya Namaskar is the thing that is a holistic exercise and it involves overall movement. So even if we can take out time for just doing Surya Namaskar, that would also be great, right? So before moving ahead, if you could also highlight some emotional benefits that yoga has, how it keeps your mind at peace. But Pallavi ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was just asking you if you could highlight some emotional benefits, how yoga affects our mental peace, how it's beneficial for our.
See, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Patanjali already mentioned yoga directly affects on your mental level, like yoga चित्त वृत्ति निरोधा. योगा प्रैक्टिस करने से डायरेक्टली आपकी जो चित्त की वृत्तियां हैं means where there is some inclination of your mind. So yoga helps to find the balance between your inclination of the mind. So yoga directly affects on your mental level. If you are practicing the pranayama or any asana, and so why I suggest you for the Surya Namaskar, because Surya Namaskar is a complete form of the asana. Suppose if some women they don't have a time to do so many asanas or so many other practices, so they can just perform 5 to 10 rounds of sun salutation, that is sufficient. They no need to do any other things if they don't have time. But if they have time, they can do so many other things. So for the mental level and the breathing केवल प्राणा एक ऐसी चीज है जो हमारे शरीर को एक्टिव और एनर्जेटिक रखता है. अदरवाइज दिस बॉडी इज लाइक अ मड मेड अप ऑफ 5 एलिमेंट्स, राइट? तो आप ब्रीदिंग के जरिए यू कैन मेक योर सेल्फ calm, peaceful. So I would like to tell you, if someone is very depressed and she has more an anxiety or something, then Anulom Vilom Pranayam is helping a lot. So what you do, you have to inhale from your left nostril and exhale from your right. Then again inhale through right nostril and exhale through your left nostril. This is a very relaxed breathing exercise. We can say this is the alternate nostril breathing. So, and you can practice Brahmi Pranayama. So Brahmi Pranayama helps to stimulate the nervous system. So what you have to do is you have to keep your ear with your thumb, index finger on your forehead, middle finger and ring finger on your eyes, little finger on your cheeks, and make a humming sound, humming bee sound. So what will happen when you do the humming bee sound? So humming bee sound vibrate your every single cell of your body, and you can listen and you can vibrate your inside of your body. So this will help to in your mental level and definitely in your mind level, I mean the mental level also.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank
So you can ask any other question too.
Right, sure. We'll take up questions with our participants. We'll be taking it at the end of the sessions. So this is what actually came to my mind right now. So I just asked you that. So we'll be carrying out the question and answer session towards the end, right?
Yeah.
So I would now like to invite our next speaker. She is Miss Ripple. She is an internationally certified and registered yoga coach with international experience. Her specialization is in pre and postnatal and aerial yoga with plus 10 years of experience. She believes in 30-minute yoga practice a day can make life more rewarding and fulfilling. She is currently working as senior yoga coach with Healthify Me. Miss Ripple, over to you.
Hi, thank you. Namaste, everyone. Today, I am going to speak about how yoga practice can be beneficial for women's health. But before that, I want to ask all of you, why women's health is so important? Why do we talk more about women's health? It's just one simple reason, because women do have a complex hormone system. We have a complexity in the reproductive system. And so women are more susceptible for disease than a man. More complex hormone and more emotions, and so more care is required. We need an easy access to wellness as well than a man. I believe that. In short, woman's body need extra care, extra pamper. If lady of the house is healthy, family is healthy. If your mother is healthy, you must have heard that if a mother, मम्मी को अगर बुखार आ गया है तो हमें लगता है यार आज खाना कौन देगा या आज ये क्या हो रहा है, घर पूरा उलट पुलट हो जाता है, right? So I'm going to talk about health issues in a various states of woman's life. There are different stages in a woman's life, and I would start with the puberty. So puberty generally hit hoti hai 12 to 13 year mein. In general, maybe I would say right now I have so many cases. I have met so many mothers who come to me and say that Ripple like periods aa gaye hai 8 years, 9 years, 10 years ki age mein, which is quite early for sure because they are not a teenager yet. And so they struggle a lot. There are certain points they struggle that suddenly their eating disorder starts, their weight gain, concentration issues in the school. They are frustrated. They have an anger issue. They are frustrated because body is changing rapidly. They are frustrated and they don't know what exactly is happening with their body. So I would like to tell them that how yoga can help in a puberty. It develops the discipline in teenagers, which most of the teenager girls lack because of the bodily changes. They have become more conscious about their body. They don't know why they are eating a lot. They don't know why the body is changing like this. It can also improve the concentration in a mind. So I would say that 5 Surya Namaskar a day, it can actually help to improve the concentration in a school. They are just a kids. Puberty hits early, it doesn't mean that they have grown up. No. Con it and the yoga can also help to change a relationship with their food. They tend to pick up anything. They tend to eat, and then they feel like that why the weight is they are gaining. Whatever gain is because of the food and hormonal disbalance. It is not always about outer appearance, never. It is about inner health, because they are gaining the weight, because they are eating unhealthy food, and that is the reason they are getting many diseases on an early age. So they right now there one more concern is happening with the girls is during menstrual lack of, like, why they are having cramps, heavy cramps. They are not able to sit in the school. They need to go home. They are just lying down. Why that is happening? Because during menstrual lack of the oxygen towards the uterus area and pelvic area happens. Your pelvic area is stressful when you are in periods. So when you do certain yoga practices during periods, actually it can release the stiffness. And mindful breathing can help the oxygen supply towards the uterus and pelvic area, which can help in their cramps. So this is how we need to help our girls during puberty. Now the second stage come is a reproductive age. जब हम 18 years के होते हैं and until menopause, आपको 42 में आ रहा है, 52 में आ रहा है, ये एज आपकी रिप्रोडक्टिव एज है. क्वाइट लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ अवर लाइफ, जहां पे हम काफी सारी चीजें देखते हैं एंड सीखते हैं. In a simple, woman can give a birth during this period. In this phase, how woman can struggle? Woman struggles to choose between career, family, kids. As a mother, I came to, I have met so many people around, and then they said that they tend to feel guilty because they are juggling between house, they are juggling between kids and family, and they want to give their best. What that is? That is a super mom syndrome we are struggling with. And guys, ladies, I have also struggled the same. I myself is a mother, and we all feel like that. We want to give a best to our family, in our career, to our kids. If we are not working, we feel guilty that we are not contributing in a financial way. Why too guilty? Ladies, this should be our choice, whether to work or not to work. Because this stress can actually, you are passing this stress to your family members as well. You are in stress, you are not happy, and you are passing this. So in this age, there are certain diseases, like mainly ovary related disease happens, like a PCOS or endometriosis or ovarian cancer. If we are not aware about all this, it can cause a stress and clinical anxiety to a female. Reproductive age is the longest phase of our life. Our psychological belief also changes, and it can occur. So I want to introduce how yoga can help here. We as a yoga trainer, how if I am having some patient with the PCOS or general ovarian cyst, or maybe some other ovarian issue, how I'm gonna work, how I am gonna work as a yoga trainer. We as a yoga trainer works on your pelvic area to open up the pelvic area. When we try to open up your pelvic area, there will be a fresh blood circulation towards your pelvic area and uterus. And actually it can make your ovaries better. Your egg production will be better, where you struggle during a fertility period. Let's say people do come to me that मेरी egg की age जो है वो ज़्यादा है मेरी age से, because your egg quality is not good, and the yoga can actually help you there. It is important to incorporate 15 minutes of yoga routine every day. I would say if you are incorporating yoga routine during your puberty, it can actually help you to during a reproductive age. Then comes a stage where we are trying to conceive. If you are conceiving normally, that is fine. But if we have a ovarian related issues, we need to go through IUI, IVF. That is fine. That is your choice, ladies. But you are struggling mentally, physically, and emotionally. You are drained while in this process. IUI, IVF is not an easy process where you are going through. I would say that time with the yoga trainer's help, with a general yoga nidra practice, meditation practice, or pranayama practice like Pallavi ma'am has suggested, Nadi Shuddhi, it can help you. Simple 15 minutes a day can actually change your life. That's for sure. And it's my personal practice. Then the beautiful stage comes pregnancy. Everybody will wish you, oh, right, you are pregnant. It's a wonderful stage. But we know as a female how we struggle during this phase. How yoga can prepare you for pregnancy. So when you start a yoga during your prenatal stage, being a prenatal expert, I have many clients who come to me and they have see, your body is different and you always need a yoga trainer while doing it. But yoga can actually prepare you for a childbirth. It can also help you to control healthy weight gain is important. I am not against the health weight gain during pregnancy, but it should be healthy. It shouldn't be like that you will be gaining 20, 30 kgs, which is unhealthy for you and baby. It can also improve the joint strength. You must have seen that after pregnancy, after delivery, you feel like that you are suddenly having a knee pain, you are suddenly having a back pain. Why? Because of the because we are not actually making our muscles stronger. When you are doing yoga during your pregnancy, your baby will enjoy that move. And actually, you are creating a space for your baby inside the body. And baby will definitely enjoy that part. Meditation and pranayama can help you to maintain your sanity towards this. I would like to give my own example. I have done yoga throughout my pregnancy until last day of a pregnancy and delivery. I think 5 minutes before my delivery also I was doing squats. And actually it helped me a lot to recover after pregnancy. My recovery was really speedy and I'm grateful for it. But I really want everyone to understand that during pregnancy, yoga is very, very important. Mentally and physically, it will make you stable. Now comes to the postpartum challenges. Um, so when you are actually postpartum, like when to start yoga, generally people will be like, okay, my baby will be 2 years, 3 years, then I will start. Abhi to delivery hui hai. No, guys, time is now. After normal delivery, you can start within 4 weeks of delivery time. If you had a C-section, you can start yoga in 8 weeks of time. Generally, 6 week to 8 week is the best time after C-section under yoga expert guidance because you had a big surgery. How it will help you, because you must be juggling between feeding, you will be struggling with the sleepless nights with the baby. How you will manage that? I would say on a weekend, simple yoga nidra practice, that is 30 minutes of practice, if your yoga coach can give you, that can make a wonder in your life. You don't need to whole and solve for your baby. Mummies, take out 30 minutes of time every day and seek help from your family members. Don't worry, you can ask a help from family members or your husband. We don't do that generally. We feel like that this is my baby, I need to do everything. No, this is an addition in your family. So your family can definitely help here. Speak up about your postpartum depression. It's a struggle many women go through, and then we don't talk, and that the solution doesn't come. Don't take a stress about babies, whether on a breast milk or formula milk. Guys, that's fine. You are the best person to decide all this for your baby. In short, your health is as important as your child. Now then comes the motherhood and career challenge. जैसे ही हमारे 3-4 महीने खत्म होते हैं, ऑफिस ज्वाइन करनी होती है, then we have, okay, my body is looking in a certain way, what my baby will do. I still remember the first day of my office after my baby. She was just 3 month old, and she was with her father. My husband took a leave, and he made sure that okay, she will be fine. Still, I was struggling. I cried in my office, and one lady come to me and hug me and say that, Ripple, everything will be all right. That's what was needed. Seriously, it was all right, and my baby was okay in the evening. But it can happen. I have maintained my sanity because of the regular practice after my delivery as well. In see 2 rounds, ऐसा नहीं होता है कि हम रोज योगा कर पाएंगे 1 hour कर सकते थे, नहीं होता है, सबके पास वैसी फैसिलिटी नहीं रहती है. As Pallavi has shown that how to do Surya Namaskar, guys, do it. 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar. Open your yoga mat. Sit on it for 5 minutes. Make a habit that how you can incorporate yoga practices. Yoga is not all about going into crazy postures. Yoga is about choosing a postures which can actually help you. So you need to create your own importance in order to gain importance from the family. You are important, ladies. And to all dear husband, I have to say that give that 30 minutes to your wife. It's very, very important. Please do that. Maybe you can just choose one household chores from her cup of tea. That can help her. Give a gentle head massage to her. Please do that. It can help her. Buy her a yoga mat. Encourage her to do something for her body rather than commenting on her body, because she doesn't know what is happening with her body. Trust me, guys, she doesn't know. She is a new mother. Okay, so this is a very important point which we all family member, not only husband, I would say family members should support her. I would say why we are talking about yoga so much. What is the meaning of yoga? Meaning of yoga is to unite. Why do we talk about yoga a lot? Because it is a body and mind consciousness. Yoga can unite the body and mind consciousness, which is very important. So how to start? Where to start? There are people who come to me and people, I am not flexible enough like you, and so I don't how to start. I don't know. I will just walk. Guys, you don't need to be flexible. Yoga will make you flexible. I would say start a 5 minutes of habit, like how you are eating every day, your breakfast and your lunch. Make a 5 minutes of habit. It is important to do whenever you are comfortable. I have done yoga at 9 o'clock in the night as well after putting my baby sleep. It's okay. There is no definite time for us if we are working and baby is there or not working and household chores are there. There is, see, do not wait that once I will be fine, once my baby will go to school, then I will start. No, time is now. Start now and take up a help from the trainers. Maybe you can help. See, yoga can help you to overcome the blockages in the mind. We have a lot of blockages towards that certain body can do yoga, certain body cannot. No, guys, these blockages will go with the practice of yoga. You don't need certain kind of body for a yoga. Every yoga is for everybody. Each and every person can do yoga. I have introduced yoga to my daughter when she was 2 years old, and she's still doing. She's 5 now. So it is important to incorporate and then see what is suiting you. Now the stage come is a menopause. Menopause is a 5 years before menopause and 5 years after menopause. This 10 years are complicated because we are losing our periods. Menopause आता है जब 12 months तक consecutive months तक आपके periods नहीं आते हैं. It means आप अपना reproductive age खो रहे हो. Ladies, this is a big thing. Trust me, it is a big thing. And it can come in any ages. I have a cases where the 36-year, 37-year-old female is coming up with the menopause issue. If you want to prepare yourself for the menopause challenges, introduce yoga in a reproductive age. Okay, it's very important. What symptoms you see and how yoga can be beneficial. See, symptoms of pre-menopause are hot flashes, sweating, vertigo, sleep disturbance. The main important part is estrogen level down चला जाता है, जिससे bone resorption हो जाता है, और so you can fall for the osteoporosis. Main thing here is we need to accept the phase that we are in a menopause. That is a very important part. And yoga can help there. You will accept the phase and you will start embracing that stage of your life. Here, yoga can actually help you to reduce the joint pain because of the osteoporosis. Yoga can help you to control the mood swing. Overall, yoga can be beneficial for women's health in all stages of life. So it is important to actually incorporate from the early stage. But अगर अभी late हो गया है तो भी कोई problem नहीं है. Please start it now. Please make sure that you are doing 30 minutes of yoga practice from today. It's an occasion of International Yoga Day and today is the longest day of the year. Start. Open your yoga mat. Sit on it. Feel the change. Ladies, our health is important. I am really grateful to the National Commission for Women for giving me this opportunity to speak on this occasion of International Yoga Day. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So this has been a really interesting session and also very informative as well. So I think asking for 15 to 20 minutes for yourself is not much. At least you can do this for yourself.
Right.
Also, I'm sure our listeners today might have benefited from the tips that you have shared, the holistic approach that you have given forward. Also, the encouraging words to the husbands as well. I'm sure our listeners will go back and ask their husband to step
Yes.
up and take a chore for themselves. So thank you very much. Moving on, we'll now invite our next speaker. She is Miss Vibhusha Gupta, a dancer and yoga teacher from Delhi. She has been performing, choreographing, and teaching dance professionally since 2014. After completing her graduation in fashion communication design, she is a certified yoga teacher in the Ashtanga Vinyasa style of yoga. So, over to you, Vibhusha. Also, I would like to add something. We have a viewpoint from a listener here. Sometimes yoga can be boring because it's of slow pace. How can it be made more encouraging and enjoyable? So I think to you this is the right approach. We can go with this.
Okay, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, great. So I'll start with the question and then I'll go on to what I want to say, which is also taking from some points that Ms. Ripple and Pallavi already shared. So how do you make yoga interesting? This question in itself, thoda it's against the spirit of yoga, I would say, because yoga starts the first sutra of yoga. It starts with the feeling of discipline and non-attachment. So the moment you focus on ki I want to enjoy and then I want to do it, it is you getting attached to the practice. Irrespective of if you're enjoying it or you're not enjoying it. Yoga is about showing up. And then whatever happens, it doesn't mean कि हमें आज आसन करना है तो अच्छे से करना है. प्राणायाम करना है तो 1 घंटा करना ही करना है. It's not about that. It's about the discipline and the commitment to show up for it. Having said that, even I am a very, मेरे भी जैसे पल्लवी जी ने बोला कि योगा चित्त वृद्धि निरोधः, मेरी वृत्तियां तो बहुत एक्टिव रहती हैं. तो I have used yoga to sort of calm down the fluctuations of my mind, but at the same time, initially to soften yourself into the practice, you can use some methods. For example, जैसे मुझे I'm guessing when someone asks me about yoga, they're asking me about asana. So asana practice के लिए, to make it more appealing to me, I really like to use music first. Second, something that can really help you is to actually sign up for classes. क्योंकि जब कोई और कराता है, तो आपका मन बस follow कर रहा है. You have faith in a teacher, you follow what they're saying. And that is something that really makes you commit to a practice. Secondly, this is something that I started in my sessions, which was the entire concept of Nitya Yoga. It was not to make dance from yoga, not at all, but it was start the practice with some movement, which was to music, not choreographed, nothing choreographed, but organically leading movement. जैसे म्यूजिक चलाया, आपको सांस लेना आता है, तो अगर मैंने इनहेलेशन लिया और मैंने बस अपनी इंटेंशन अपने हेड में डाल दी, So letting my head fall to any side with my inhalation. And with my exhalation, I just observe which other side my head comes in. The very amazing thing about the class that happened was mostly students would ask me, ki, when do you expand and when do you contract in yoga poses? But when I naturally asked them to do it over maybe 2-3 songs, naturally people started expanding with their inhalation, contracting with their exhalation. कि तुम जब भी एक्सहेल कर रहे हो तो तुम्हारी बॉडी किसी तरीके से अंदर या नीचे जा रही है, छोटी हो रही है, इनहेल कर रहे हो तो एक्सपैंड कर रही है. So that is the beauty of creative movement. I think anyone can start from that point. एक बार मैट पे खड़े हो, म्यूजिक चलाओ, हल्का सा हिलने लगो. Not good dancing, not bad dancing, कुछ अच्छा बुरा नहीं है यहाँ पे. And then probably ease yourself, start with a asan practice. And as Ripple ma'am said कि आप फिर उसके बाद अपना 30 मिनट का योगा करो, 5 minutes का योगा भी करो रोज. तो start from somewhere. That is what is important. Next, I'd like to cover what is yoga and another approach to yoga that I really like to tell people to go for. And I think for women especially, it's very important, which is first you think about yoga hai kya? Yoga is taken from the word jog, which is union. So yoga ka main motive would be to come out from the idea of duality. कि एक मैं हूँ, मेरा मन और मेरी body. And what yoga says कि this dual idea does not exist. This is one. But in reality, how we live, these are two very separate things because continuously our body is doing something and our mind wants to do something else. Or our mind is somewhere else while we are doing something else. Right? So the idea of yoga is कि हम जो भी कर रहे हैं, yoga is not just asan, yoga ashtang yoga है, उसके 8 points हैं. You start with yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, going into meditation and then enlightenment is the ultimate step and goal. But you do anything that gives you the chance to come into a state of flow and gives you a chance कि तुम्हारा जो मन कह रहा है वो तुम्हारी body कर रही है. Now what is happening in our lives? We are constantly moving in ways that we don't want to actually move in. It is something that is enforced by structure. So as women, if we talk about patriarchy, if we talk about as human beings, we talk about the system of capitalism, कि भाई हम कैसे मशीनों की तरह काम कर रहे हैं, क्या हो रहा है दुनिया में. The way we sit, the way I'm made to sit all day and work, yeah, the way as a woman, a woman has so many roles as a wife, as a mother, the way they stand, the things that they're involved in, their body is involved in, is not necessarily what you want to do. All your movement is somewhere coming from structure. So why yoga? Now yoga, you apply the philosophy of yoga and do something that you like to do. Move in ways that you like to do. Asan क्या है? Asan is हिंदी हम सबको आती है. आसन का मतलब है एक सीट. आप आसन ग्रहण करें, आप एक सीट लीजिए. सुखम स्थिरम आसनम, happy and still pose. Am I there with you? I think I got disconnected for a minute.
No, we can hear you.
Okay. So, so you come into a posture which is still and which is happy for you. So you could be doing anything. For example, जैसे पिछले साल लॉकडाउन से पहले मैंने it just happened that मैंने कुछ हफ्ते खेती करी थी. तो मैं रोज सुबह उठ के 5-6 बजे खेती करती थी कुछ घंटे. Farming. And it was a completely different way for me to move my body. And that for me was also a form of yoga. So yoga, yes, asan practice to hai, but you can find other ways to take what yoga says and apply it to your life. Secondly, coming to why yoga is beneficial for you. Now, you could be doing yoga or you could be doing anything else. But the idea is कि if you look at it from a very technical lens, there is एक हमारा central nervous system होता है, एक हमारा peripheral nervous system है. Central is brain and spinal cord. Peripheral is all the sense organs, the tissues, nervous tissues, neurons, motor neurons, sensory neurons, जो भी होता है. मेरी बहुत अच्छी नहीं है biology, but this entire system. अब ये हमारे voluntary actions control कर रहा है. But what is actually affecting us when we are down with ailment, stress, mental ailment, physical ailment, कुछ भी है, it's because of something involuntary that is happening in our body, right? So from there, you come to the point of the parasympathetic system and the sympathetic nervous system. There are two of these systems that are operating in your involuntary bodily functions at any time. Sympathetic is fight or flight response. आप किसी भी stimulating situation, stressful situation, किसी भी situation में where you need to actively act, your fight or flight mechanism is active, and this is there for a short time. The rest of the time, your parasympathetic nervous system is active, which is rest and digest. अब हमारी लाइफ में क्या हुआ है, फाइट और फ्लाइट सिस्टम से एंड्रोक्राइनल ग्लैंड से हार्मोन निकले, आपका इम्बैलेंस हो गया, एज रिपल मैम इन मोर बेटर वर्ड्स शी एक्सप्लेन्ड, राइट? बट जो हमारा पैरासिम्पथेटिक नर्वस सिस्टम इज नॉट वर्किंग वेल, योर रेस्ट एंड डाइजेशन इज नॉट टेकिंग प्लेस, so your stress is still in your body even when you're meant. That part of the nervous system, rest and digest, is taking care of your metabolism, taking care of your digestion. Major things जिससे toxins निकल रहे हैं आपकी body से basically. पर जब ये काम नहीं कर रहा तो वो नहीं निकल रहे, stress accumulate हो रहा है. In women particularly, because of our complexity in our body system, उसकी वजह से we have all these menstrual issues or reproductive issues, PCOD, PCOS. I mean, it's becoming every second person has it. So we need to do things that now activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which one of which is yoga. Yoga mein, when I was doing my training amongst the students, there used to be this joke कि जब भी तुम्हें किसी benefit याद ना आए, बस बोल दो कि it helps with your digestion, which is not just a joke because it does. Every single pose is working on your digestion going upwards especially, and it's massaging your abdominal organs, and when it does that, it is improved, simply said. Other ways to rejuvenate your parasympathetic nervous system is, again, do things that really stimulate and make you feel rested, make you feel good. So indulge in creative things, take a cold shower. It's strange, मुझे भी नहीं आता समझ में आया क्यों बोलते हैं, but take a cold shower, it helps. Sing, chant, and there are many things. I'm no expert here. So I think this is what I have to share with you today.
Thank you, Vibhusha. This has been an interesting session, and our listeners, I'm sure they might have taken in the pointers and also this holistic approach of, and discipline is there, right? But enjoying what you do is also important, so that is also there. So we'll take up some questions with our experts. So we have a question. What is the correlation between early morning yoga and first meal? Is there any combination that are more beneficial? So I guess any three of you can answer, being the expert.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, Pallavi, go
ahead. You say.
We can take both of you use in this, so that's not an issue.
Sure. Yeah, so I would like to say that what is the correlation in the morning food and that. So when you are doing any form of exercise, if your system is fully empty, toxin free, that time actually you can get a more result out of it. Okay, but it doesn't mean that morning में yoga छूट गया तो evening में नहीं करना है. करना है. If you don't have a time, don't leave it. It's okay, because for some people morning is a hotspot. So if you don't have a time, do it 1 hour empty stomach in the evening. 1 hour is fine, which is practical. People will say 3 hour, 4 hour, which is not possible. भूख तो लगेगी भाई, 4 घंटे कोई खाए बिना नहीं रह पाएगा. So 1 hour empty stomach with the light meal. After light meal is fine. In the morning when you do yoga with empty stomach, it can benefit. एसिडिटी नहीं होगी, ऊपर नहीं आएगा वो. जैसे किसी ने 2 ग्लास पानी पी लिया एंड फिर योगा करा है, पानी ऊपर आएगा, बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग अपसाइड डाउन इन सर्टेन पोस्चर्स. सो इट एंड आफ्टर योगा आप इमीडिएटली ब्रेकफास्ट कर सकते हो, आपको वेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. बी प्रैक्टिकल व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग सम हैबिट. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
Thank you. Pallavi ma'am, you have something to add?
According to my experience, what I would suggest you, see, आप योगा कभी भी कर सकते हो, but it depends कि आपका routine क्या है, what is your lifestyle. Because nowadays, what is happening, people are not getting time to doing something. तो suppose यदि मान लीजिए आप शाम को 6 o'clock ऑफिस से आते हैं और आपको लगता है कि नहीं अभी मेरे पास टाइम है मैं कर सकती हूँ और आपका पेट खाली है और आपने ज़्यादा कुछ खाया नहीं है फूड, then definitely you can practice. So yeah, morning time is definitely good. ब्रह्म मुहूर्त की तो बात ही अलग होती है. ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में एक एनर्जी ही डिफरेंट होती है. If you are practicing when the sun is rising, definitely you will feel more energetic, more active, and you will become more peaceful. बट इट्स एब्सोल्युटली राइट बिकॉज इन मॉडर्न टाइम में ये लाइफस्टाइल बिल्कुल डिफरेंट हो गया है. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि अरे मैं तो सुबह नहीं कर पाई तो अब मैं करूँ या नहीं करूँ. आपको जब भी टाइम मिलता है बिल्कुल आप करिए, बट जस्ट टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योर फूड, व्हाट यू आर ईटिंग एंड एट व्हाट टाइम यू आर ईटिंग. सो अदरवाइज व्हाट विल हैपन, सपोज मैंने अभी खाना खाया एंड देन आई स्टार्ट डूइंग योगा, then I will feel vomiting, puking. So it's better just give some time for digestion. Then after you can practice it. Yeah, there is no harm if you are practicing in the evening or in the afternoon.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. We have another question, which is, which asana is best for treatment for anxiety and depression?
I would like to take that. Anxiety and depression, it's a two different stages. First, separate it, because in anxiety, हमें anxiety कब होती है? Let's say exam है हमारा, and we'll be like, exam है क्या लिखूंगी, मुझे कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा. This is anxiety. What is depression? There will be some phases जब आप 13-14 hours तक 15 hours तक बेड से खड़े नहीं होगे. That is a depression. Separate it. डिप्रेशन में आपको जनरली सूर्य नमस्कार हेल्प करेंगे, बिकॉज आपको ब्लड सर्कुलेशन बढ़ाना है. यू नीड टू वेक अप एंड डू. एंजाइटी में मेडिटेशन एंड प्राणायाम जो आपको काम डाउन करेगा, रिलैक्स करेगा. Chanting, Om chanting, which Rekha ma'am said that it's very beneficial. It can help you during anxiety. There are many asanas for depression and anxiety, but I would like to say first separate it and then follow it.
So, any asanas that you would like to suggest for this?
For if you have a depression, go for Surya Namaskar, Virabhadrasana 1, 2. There is a series, Trikonasana. Okay, maybe sitting posture. Basically, for anxiety, I would say forward bends will help, like a Paschimottanasana, Janu Sirsasana. I'm not sure whether you are aware about these postures. Maybe Ardha Matsyendrasana. So this can be helpful. But again, if you are struggling with something, please take a help of a yoga trainer. That can be more beneficial rather than doing whatever you, according to your knowledge.
Right. Because I am actually not aware the asanas that you have stated, and most of our listeners won't be aware of it. So what we can suggest here is that you go to a trainer and you seek help from them, and then you can, practice this properly. Anything?
Also, I'd also like to add something to that.
Yes,
Definitely,
yes.
Asan, under the guidance of someone who knows what they're doing, will help you with anxiety and depression, but it cannot substitute for mental help, like proper psychiatric or psychological help or counseling. So you should also definitely supplement Asan with that. Exercise will help along with that.
Right, that is there in severe cases, of course. Right, and the asanas that can be practiced in daily life, but don't hesitate in reaching out to people if you are under depression or you have severe cases of anxiety. Another question is, meditation is believed to be integral part of yoga. Can you give any tips on starting meditation, as it requires a lot of discipline? Right, that is there. Right, if we start, and we actually get lost many times, right? We are just in the position and we do get lost, and we are thinking about like from pin to like all the things that are not actually required in that situation. So can there be a tip for, how to concentrate and how to meditate?
Yeah, sure. So, like meditation, whenever someone is starting, guys, when I have done my diploma yoga, that time I was also struggling with the meditation. I have started with the guided meditation, but I would like to answer here that when you close your eyes, you will get thoughts. We are social animal, so we will get thoughts. Thousands of thoughts will come. That is fine. Allow those thoughts. Let's say if अभी हम अपनी आंखें बंद कर रहे हैं, हमें काफी सारी चीजें कि आफ्टर दिस सेशन क्या करना है, कुक करना है, जो भी करना है, राइट? बट डू नॉट रिस्पॉन्ड टू इट एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. अगर आप स्टॉप करोगे रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू योर थॉट्स, वो ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो जाएंगे. There is one another way is a guided meditation. Incorporate guided meditation. There are a lot of videos are available on YouTube that guided meditation. जब आप type करोगे उसमें बोलेंगे inhale करो, exhale करो, be calm. So maybe आपका पूरा focus वहाँ पे चला जाएगा. So this both way you can incorporate with the 2-3 minutes in the beginning, and then slowly you can go for 10-15 minutes, whatever you want to.
I would like to add something. Meditation
Yes,
meaning in Hindi is dhyan. So, my understanding is that whatever you are doing, just be in a present or पूरी full of awareness or mindfulness के साथ आप करिए. Suppose I am sitting here and we are all talking and attendees are listening us. So you have to give your 100% here. सपोज पीछे से कोई मुझे आवाज दे रहा है या बाजू में कोई आवाज आ रही है, इट्स ओके, एब्सोल्युटली फाइन, बट यू डोंट हैव टू डिस्ट्रैक्ट योरसेल्फ. You just have to focus here what Neha ji is saying, what Ripple is saying, and I have to listen properly so that suppose in future if I have to say something in public. मैंने तो वो अटेंड किया था सेमिनार, उसमें नेहा जी ने ऐसा ऐसा बोला था. मीन्स इफ यू नो एवरीथिंग वेरी वेल, मतलब आपका पूरा 100% इधर था, मतलब आपने पूरा ध्यान इधर लगाया. सो इफ यू वांट टू इनहेंस योर पर्सनालिटी यू हैव टू फॉलो 3 Ds: डेडिकेशन, डिवोशन एंड डिसिप्लिन. एंड अबाउट ध्यान, सो पहले सबसे बेसिक सीढ़ी उसकी यही है. फर्स्ट स्टेप इज दैट वॉट एवर यू आर डूइंग just do with full of awareness and mindfulness. Otherwise you will not understand how you have to focus on your breathing, how you can do the guided meditation. Everything will be distract you because क्या होता है, ध्यान को लोग कुछ अलग ही ढंग से समझने लगते हैं. तो सबसे पहली सीढ़ी यही है कि आप जो भी करें अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ में पूरे अवेयरनेस और फोकस के साथ करिए. देन स्लोली स्लोली यू विल अंडरस्टैंड what is the meaning of meditation. This is my understanding.
very correctly quoted, ma'am. That if we can practice in our daily life, I think many of our things will be sorted. So, very well quoted on, right? So another thing is, we have 2 questions that I'll club together. One is for best asana for PCOS or late periods, how to regulate period, that is. And then another is for lactating mothers.
Should I take it? Yeah. I mean, Vibhusha or Pallavi, anybody can. Sorry.
Definitely,
no,
you're the expert on this.
No,
You are
nothing
the
like that. Yeah. So, like in a PCOS, I would say go for a butterfly posture, चक्की चलनासना. That is a very useful if आपके periods नहीं आ रहे. मैं तो बोलूंगी कि अगर regular भी आ रहे but periods के 3-4 दिन पहले जब date आने वाली है, start doing चक्की चलनासना. You will be always regular with it. Butterfly posture मैंने बोला. वीरभद्रासना 1, warrior 1, warrior 2. It's a hormonal balance posture. Again ये सारे posture आपके pelvic area पे slight pressure देते हैं to open up and it can help you with the both. फीडिंग मदर का क्वेश्चन मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आया कि फीडिंग मदर अगर हो आप एंड 4 वीक हो गए हैं या 6 वीक हो गए आपके सी सेक्शन के बाद या नॉर्मल डिलीवरी के बाद, स्टार्ट विद अ नॉर्मल एनी एक्सरसाइज. लाइक जैसे मैंने बोला इसमें बटरफ्लाई भी कर सकते हो. फीडिंग कभी आपका बढ़ेगा नहीं. फीडिंग आपका लैक्टेशन बढ़ाने के लिए यू नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ अ डाइट एंड सर्टेन शीड्स. बट अगर आपको मेंटल सैनिटी चाहिए, क्योंकि 40 मिनट्स 45 मिनट्स आपका बच्चा फीडिंग करता रहता है एंड बैक पेन होता है, तो वहां पे आप कैट एंड काउ, भुजंगासना और नॉर्मल अनदर लाइक अर्धबेखासना. आई एम नॉट श्योर वेदर you are aware about this, but this can help you after post delivery with professional advice. Please guys, it's important. Please ladies, yeah.
Anything else that our speakers would like to conclude with or add or?
I think for PCOS or for anything, we have to focus on the pelvic region. Once the pelvic region open हो जाता है तो काफ़ी सारी चीज़ों में मदद मिलती है. It's not कि केवल एक ही चीज़ में या दो चीज़ में. And for the chest opening and for the lungs, I will recommend for the back bending postures in under the guidance of the proper yoga teacher. बैक बेंडिंग पोस्चर मीन्स आप लेट के भी भुजंग आसन कर सकते हो, सिंपली हाथ रख के. आप मतलब कभी भी कर सकते हो. मान लो इफ सपोज यू आर वाचिंग टीवी और लिसनिंग सॉन्ग, देन यू कैन परफॉर्म स्लाइट बैक बेंडिंग poses. It will help you to open up your chest and lungs. फॉर ये जो मेंशन किया है कि बेबी होने के बाद जो फीडिंग की कभी समस्या होती है, तो मुझे लगता है कि उसमें आप धीरे धीरे बैक बेंडिंग के पोस्चर्स यदि आप करते हैं तो वो काफी हेल्पफुल होंगे उस सिचुएशन में.
Thank you, ma'am. This is the last question that we will be taking, though I think you already have answered it, but because our listeners has just posted it, I'll just read it out. I'm getting early periods. How can I get it regular?
It's again a hormonal disbalance. If you are getting early periods or late periods, again it's a hormonal disbalance. So you in a both manner you need to prepare your body for that. And that's what I'm saying, that during your puberty or maybe in a reproductive age jaldi aa rahe hain periods, it means आपको जब भी periods नहीं है 3-4 days जब heavy flow होता है उस दिनों को छोड़ के normal yoga routine करिए. Definitely धीरे धीरे वो 28 to 35 days की cycle बन जाएगी for sure.
Thank you, ma'am. So we'll conclude our session now. This has been really interesting, and we are really grateful for you, three of you, to take out such time and share your experiences, the tips that you have shared, and your knowledge and you have shared. So we are really grateful for that. To propose a formal vote of thanks, I would like to invite our Joint Secretary, Sir Asholi Chalai ji, to kindly come forward and propose a forward. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neha. Honorable Chairperson, NCW, Madam Rekha Sarmaji, valued members, Member Secretary, NCW, senior officers of the Commission, esteemed expert speakers with us today, and our valued participants. I, on behalf of the NCW and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the esteemed speakers for gracing your important work and joining with us with zeal to celebrate the 7th International Yoga Day. It is a well-established fact that yoga brings in mindfulness, self-awareness, and physical health benefits. Yoga has emerged as a significant public health movement across the world. On this day, as we celebrate the 7th International Yoga Day, we pay our sincere respect and gratitude to our Honorable Prime Minister, who is responsible in bringing about these initiatives and a paradigm shift in our mind and in our body. Our experts have shared some of the great insights, facts, and tips on practical yoga. They have shared the benefits of the practicing yoga from different dimensions. I'm sure our listeners will hugely benefit from this hearings and the practical demonstration given by them. I too believe that practicing yoga will bring balance of mind and body into our lives. by inculcating a habit that improves our core from within. I know that the responsibility of our daily work, be it in the office or at home, that would be in a way daunting us, but cutting across, or rather separating a few minutes, like our esteemed speakers have shared, 30 minutes to 40 minutes for ourselves per day will bring energy, sanity, and peace of mind. I sincerely express our thanks and gratitude to our eminent speakers, Ms. Pallavi, Ms. Ripal, and Ms. Vibhusha, for taking out the time. I know they're very busy, but in spite of that, they have dedicated this time and shared their rich experiences, and some of them have even demonstrated a couple of important postures of yoga. We are grateful to you for sharing your experiences and the importance of yoga, especially for women. And I'm sure as we have listened to them, this would go a long way. I also want to thank our Honorable Chairperson, Madam Rekha Sarmaji, for her initiatives and for her guidance. In fact, this was her initiative that we have this program today as we celebrate the 7th International Yoga Day. I also want to thank Neha and also Atul and Ishwar and others for making this webinar a grand success. As we come to the end of this webinar, on behalf of NCW, would like to wish you a very safe and protected life, especially during a time of pandemic. And as we make this yoga practice a regular feature in our daily work, in our daily life, I'm sure this will also help us in protecting ourselves from the COVID virus. Once again, thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.